LaMelo Ball has been balling for the Charlotte Hornets, excuse the pun, and he's doing it while playing in the most nonchalant way possible. I mean, this guy is treating NBA games like he's hooping at the YMCA with some AirPods on. Crazy three-pointers, flashy passes. He does whatever comes to his mind at that time when he's on the basketball court. His playstyle is so unconventional and almost video game-like. But while some people might be shocked by how he plays, those that have followed LaMelo's journey from the beginning know just how good this kid was always destined to become. LaMelo Ball began training for basketball as soon as he could walk. At just the age of 4, he was playing with his two older brothers, Lonzo and LiAngelo. In just the 7th grade, he began playing with his older brothers on a 17 and under AAU team as well. LaMelo continued playing with them at Chino Hills, a high school team that is now iconic given the sheer amount of talent they had. They had Lonzo, who was the older brother, and he was the star. He was the team's best player and would end up going from Chino Hills to UCLA and then being drafted by the Lakers. Another freshman on the team was Onyeka Okongwu, who also ended up making it to the NBA. Chino Hills finished the season with a 35-0 record and claimed the national championship. LaMelo, who at this point was just a tiny freshman, was still one of the best players on the team, averaging 16.4 points and 3.8 assists per game as he shared the Max Preps National Freshman of the Year honors with his teammate Okongwu. Now, due to his small stature at this time, LaMelo purely relied on his basketball IQ and skills to score. He couldn't physically overpower anyone, so he just played intelligently and relied on his shooting. It's how he got 27 points in his first game as a starter, and then scored 26 points in a win over Spire Academy School on March 5th, 2016. Now, going into his sophomore season, LaMelo was gaining national headlines. Since all of Chino Hills' games were posted on YouTube, everybody could see his magic. It's how his half-court shot went viral. The audacity to point at where he was gonna shoot and then make it was evidence that he wasn't like his two older brothers. You see, LiAngelo and Lonzo were more reserved, but everything LaMelo did was flashy. And the viral clips didn't just stop there. On February 7th, LaMelo scored 92 points in a win over Los Osos High School, the second most single game points in California high school history. I mean, the clips of this game were everywhere. National media was talking about it. It got so big that you had analysts analyzing a high school game. At the time, LaMelo was being criticized for cherry picking, as he often waited near half court to get an open shot on many of the possessions instead of defending. But come on, how many players could even get that many points even if they were cherry picking? LaMelo ended up finishing the season averaging 26.7 points and almost 10 assists per game, earning Max Prep Sophomore All-American First Team recognition. On July 27th, he featured in an AAU game against 5-star recruit Zion Williamson, and this was another big game that was featured in national sports media. With all of this going on, it seemed that it was inevitable that LaMelo was on the path to stardom. But things began to change on October 2nd, 2017. Right before his junior season, LaMelo's dad, LeVar Ball, pulled him out of Chino Hills to be homeschooled. Now, at the time, LeVar disapproved of the newly appointed head coach, Dennis Lattimore, and the school administration as a whole. LaMelo ended up signing with agent Harrison Gaines in an attempt to play professionally overseas, alongside his brother, LiAngelo. The decision indicated that LaMelo was not planning on playing college basketball, which was surprising given his older brother had gone the traditional path of high school to college, then straight to the NBA. It seemed like the Ball family already had a roadmap on how to make it as a professional, but LeVar didn't want to follow that same path for LaMelo. In the following years, LaMelo would essentially go on a world tour. On December 11th, 2017, he joined the Lithuanian Basketball League with LiAngelo Ball, the second oldest brother. Ball reportedly became the youngest American ever to sign a professional basketball contract. Now, at the time, the whole family was so famous that their move overseas was heavily reported by American sports media. All of their games were being shown and discussed on ESPN. The gyms where they played were packed, despite some of their games being in these tiny Lithuanian towns. LaMelo ended up making his professional debut in Lithuania on January 9th, 2018. He came off the bench to get 10 points and 9 assists. As soon as this guy got on the court, he started firing his three-point shot and looking to get assists, which is almost an identical playstyle to what we are seeing him do now as the face of an NBA franchise. His debut was broadcasted live on Facebook and had more than 120,000 viewers at times. In his second game, though, LaMelo struggled, being held scoreless in the 5 minutes he played. The limited minutes and the lack of scoring in the game highlighted the challenges that LaMelo was going to face in adapting to professional basketball. What's worse is at the end of February, LaMelo picked up a leg injury that sidelined him for a month. Him and his family ended up leaving Lithuania on April 25th, with his dad criticizing the team's head coach. Partly because Ball did not receive enough playing time, and also because I think he was just done with Lithuania. LaMelo finished that season averaging 6.5 points per game and 2.4 assists, shooting a measly 26.8% from the field and only getting 12.8 minutes per game. With his stint in Lithuania not working, LaMelo's dad decided to create his own league called the Junior Basketball Association. It's weird, some of this stuff feels like it happened yesterday, but it was so long ago. You guys remember this thing? It was supposed to be an alternative to college basketball. They were gonna pay kids to play in this league like it was a professional league. LaMelo ended up signing with the Los Angeles Ballers and became the marquee player of the league. In his debut, he posted a triple-double of 40 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists in a win over the New York Ballers. Over 8 regular season games, Ball averaged a triple-double with 39.6 points, 14.6 rebounds, and 11.5 assists per game, while being named to their All-Star game. I mean, how inflated are these stats? My God. He was doing great here, but this was a league that was never going to be respected by NBA teams or any professional basketball team. It also didn't help that while this league was on tour, LaMelo was ejected from an exhibition game after slapping an opposing player in the face.
It goes out of bounds, but
With B stints not working for him, he returned to high school basketball in November of 2018 by enrolling at Spire. His decision was because he wanted to rejoin his peers and actually complete his senior year in a traditional high school setting. At Spire, LaMelo played under head coach Jermaine Jackson. Since the team competed outside the jurisdiction of the Ohio School Athletic Association, it allowed him to participate without concerns over his amateur status. Now, his debut for them was impressive. He got 20 points, 13 assists, and 5 rebounds in a 96-84 win over the Hill School. Throughout that season, LaMelo continued to showcase his abilities, leading Spire to the final and earning the season MVP. However, his professional experience led to certain challenges. Several prominent high school teams actually canceled their matches against Spire because they were concerned that playing against a former professional could jeopardize their players' eligibility. Then on top of that, LaMelo was deemed ineligible for the 2019 McDonald's All-American game due to his prior professional engagements. Now keep in mind, LaMelo had verbally committed to play college basketball for UCLA since like the age of 13. He was considered one of the top point guards in his class, and even when he returned from his professional stint in 2018, he remained a 5-star recruit. However, his time of playing professionally, combined with his involvement in the family sports apparel company that is Big Baller Brand, his eligibility to play in the NCAA was threatened. Well, with college no longer being an option, LaMelo went straight back to playing professional basketball overseas, except this time he signed with the Illawarra Hawks of Australia's National Basketball League. Now, this decision was due to NBL's Next Stars program, which was something they had established in an effort to develop NBA prospects on their own. During his time with the Hawks, Ball played really well. He got a triple-double with 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists against Cairns Taipans. His season averages were 17 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 6.8 assists per game. Despite a foot injury that cut his season short, Ball's impact was pretty significant. That's why he won the NBL Rookie of the Year award. Since he was able to succeed in a respected league overseas, that boosted his draft stock. What a surprise! Performing well in a recognized league is more impressive than putting up 30 plus in every single game in your father's league. Thanks to these performances in Australia, LaMelo was selected 3rd overall by the Charlotte Hornets. Yes, his path had been unconventional, but he had gone to the destination he wanted. Fast forward, and LaMelo is now the best of his 3 brothers. Lonzo kept having to deal with injuries, getting passed from franchise to franchise like Bonnie Blue. LiAngelo, of course, ended up becoming a rapper. Meanwhile, LaMelo ended up winning Rookie of the Year and selected to the NBA All-Rookie team. Then he became an All-Star in the 2022 season. What's funny about LaMelo is even though he's in the NBA, he still plays so similar to the kid we saw at Chino Hills. Of course, he has matured. He makes better decisions on the ball now and is more efficient. But the flashiness, the composure, the ability to take risks, it's the same. Since he was small, he had to improve his skills to be able to compete with the older kids. So now he has the skills of a 5'10" point guard in the frame of someone who's like 6'7". That's how he put up a career-high 50 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists against the Bucks, becoming the youngest player in NBA history to score 50 points.
That's something that just happens. I don't really know.
You don't have like a favorite one?
A favorite one? That 6'7" one going crazy right now.
In the 2023 season, he became the first player in Hornets history to record at least 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 15 assists in a game. He's also the 2nd youngest player in NBA history to reach 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 1,000 assists in his career, behind only LeBron James. LaMelo is still a superstar in the making. His development has honestly been hindered by both injuries and the fact that the Hornets were not a great team. Now, with more talent around him like the likes of Con Knipple and Brandon Miller, the team is doing much better. It's funny, the Warriors had a chance to draft LaMelo in the 2020 draft, but didn't. An absolutely awful decision. Not just because the player they drafted in Wiseman flopped, but imagine LaMelo playing with Steph. Two players with high basketball IQ, unlimited range in shooting, and incredible playmaking. Now I say it's funny because now the Hornets look way better and have a much better looking future than the Golden State Warriors. If LaMelo can stay healthy, then he will continue to get better and better. He's too good of a player not to. And right now the Hornets look to be going in the right direction as a franchise. When they win more games, LaMelo is going to get more recognition, and he's finally going to be able to play in meaningful basketball games. To see how much better the team around LaMelo has become, you have to watch this video right here.